in the D, and welcome little squeakers and the 50 other trivia teams who are signed up and ready to play. This is Quiz Night Live, Friday Night Live, virtual trivia. My name is Brian, and I am your host. Over here on the couch is Dale. He's couch guy tonight.
Couch guy.
For those of you who are unfamiliar with this game, this is how it works. You're going to watch our broadcast, our trivia questions. Can people hear me? Okay, good. I can't hear me. And you're going to discuss them amongst your teammates. And one person, and only one person from your team, is going to go to QuizNight.live and sign your team up. That person is your scribe, and that person has to submit all of your answers for your team. There are 10 questions per round, and you submit them at the end of the round. 3 rounds of questions with a final wager question. Let's see, how does it work? The questions get more valuable and ostensibly more difficult as we go along. And at the end, you can wager points. And the teams with the most points are the teams with the most points.
The most points!
They have the most points, and hooray for them. There's no prizes to win for having the most points, but there are prizes, or there is a prize to win for having signed up in the raffle. Everyone on your team can go to QuizNight.live and enter in the raffle. We've got a $25 gift card to give out to one lucky winner. We pull that out right before we go over the final answer and award that to that lucky person. And what else do we need to know? Let's see.
Don't look answers up.
Don't look, yeah, number one rule about trivia, all right? And this goes across all trivia, is looking things up is against not only the rules, but the entire spirit of trivia night.
It's against the principle of
the whole point of this is
people.
not, I mean, we're not asking like solve a puzzle because humanity depends on it. We're like, let's see what you've got in your brains. And the most fun part of it is finding out these weird things that people think, you know? When someone asks what the capital of Canada is and they come up with like a country in Asia,
right.
And you're like, how did that happen?
Spain.
Yeah, like an Asian country like Spain, a Caucasian country.
But if you said Washington, D.C., it's boring. We all know that's the capital of Canada. Everyone
knows that. So don't look things up, all right? That sucks the fun right out of it. And no one's like, wow, you're such a smart person, because in the rest of your life, you're not that smart, and they figure it out.
Whoa. They might be that smart.
Not if they're looking things up.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
If you're only looking things up at trivia.
I'm talking about people who are cheating.
You should spend your time not at trivia looking things up.
Yeah.
You come to trivia and see if you looked up enough things.
All right, enough about cheating. That's the only rule that we've got. And obviously, we don't have a great way of enforcing it, but people can kind of tell. Let's see. The other thing, Dale, they want to know, is that a fedora or a bowler's hat?
Thanks for asking, Bev. This is a bowler hat. A bowler hat. Once popular and fashionable, now just looks stupid.
Yeah. And Dale decided to wear a stupid-looking hat. And I decided that I didn't need one, despite what my hair would suggest. So let's see. What else do we have to talk about? Oh, yes, the chat. If you want to communicate to us, I can communicate to you via this broadcast. But if you want to communicate to us on the right-hand side or below your video screen, there's a chat box, and that's how you can type to us. We're watching it right here. We're actually watching it in the future for you because there's a 30-second delay when I say something. 6 seconds. Ooh, we've moved it up. There's a 6-second delay.
Ultra low latency.
Ultra low latency today. And then we've got the red team, blue team challenge. This is kind of a new twist on the game that we put in here. If you are an even or an odd number team, you are on red team, and that's me. I'm for some reason the red team, and that's how it is. If you are an even number team, you are team blue. That's Dale.
Blue team.
All right. It doesn't matter to you really, but
it matters to us.
It matters to us because the team, the red team or the blue team, whichever has the highest average score, I should say the lowest average score, has to do the challenge for this evening.
The higher score is pardoned from the challenge.
Yes. If you are on the team that does better, you have pardoned. Usually it's me. I've never had to do one of these.
Red team always wins so far.
Yeah, so far. We'll see if that continues. But this week's challenge, we decided to put out to you. And do you see what this is?
Probably not.
Probably not. I'm gonna bring it up real close to the camera though. This is about 10.
No! It's just a lot. I didn't want you to tell people how many, you know. Like...
I'm not telling them. I was going to say 10 pounds.
Oh, okay.
This is about 10 pounds of paper clips. And we are asking you to come up with a challenge for us, what we should do with them, what the losers should have to do with them. If you want to put it in the chat, the best suggestion as determined by the winner will be the one that we have to go by. The delay problems look better than last week. Very good. That's good. We've got the ultra low latency. Okay, so I feel like I've talked enough here, but there's still one more thing that I have to talk about, and that is this right over here. That's the blue board, and the blue board is a little message board that you can have your message on. If you beat the leader, and that's up in the left-hand corner of the blue board, with a Venmo donation, you will get your message put up there. And it's only through Venmo that we can get the messages up because we don't have a really reliable way to retrieve messages from PayPal and from our credit cards. But if you go to the donate tab on QuizNight.live, you can donate any one of those ways. But Venmo is our preferred way of doing it. There are fewer fees associated with it, and we have this ability to get your messages up there. So if you want to support this, that is what keeps Quiz Night Live virtual trivia going in this late pandemic world that we are in. Okay, and with that, I think, Michael, is it time for questions? It's time for questions. So let's do question number 1. Multiple choice, the first human spaceflight program of the United States, which ran from 1958 to 1963, went by which of these names? Multiple choice. Titan, Mercury, Neptune, or Phoenix? Now, if ever there was a round 1 question 1, I would say this. This is it.
It says multiple choices.
Everyone knows it. It's almost common knowledge.
I mean...
Everyone's heard of those words.
I would definitely have a shot at this.
It's a good warm-up question. It's like that sucker punch that says, okay, this is a real game. This is real.
Yeah.
That's how that feels to me.
I don't know.
We decided these are hard questions tonight.
Brian says we decided that means I've not even looked at any of them.
No, Mike, I said, Mike, these are hard questions. Mike said, these are hard questions tonight.
Oh, get ready for the roller coaster.
He confirmed.
Do not look them up.
Do not look them up. We might get Mike Baker on camera. We've got another camera. We've made some changes here. I don't know if you can tell, but we've made some major changes here in the office/studio. Let's do question number 2. In an episode of Futurama, what Japanese city is described as, quote, the anagram lovers Tokyo? What? I actually commented on this earlier this week.
Oh, yeah, this is good. This is a good question.
I had to cover this week at Abbott's Village Tavern, and if you played at Abbott's, and you didn't otherwise know this, you should get it by now.
No, I got it. I figured it out. I want to turn this into a lapel mic. I think I'm gonna do it.
It's good. Keep rubbing it against your shirt. Dale has a large lavalier mic, and I have a.
I'm gonna make it a lapel.
I've got a tiny mic. Tiny mic. Okay, so that's what Dale's doing. Let's do question number 3. Fill in the blank with the first name of the notorious 15th century leader in a land that is now known as Romania. Blank, the Impaler. Totally round 1.
I think it's round 1.
Totally round 1.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic.
I can't
I am
either.
being sarcastic. This is, yes.
He's being sarcastic.
I'm being... You think 94% of teams know this?
Do not look this up.
Don't look this up.
Unless you're on an even numbered team.
It doesn't matter what color or team. I think this is a tough one. I think that 60% of teams.
60%? I'm going to guess 88.
All right. Well, then apparently they've had plenty of time to think about this. And let's move on to question number 4. The Ferengi, Romulan, and Cardassians are races of beings in what sci-fi universe. Universe means there's just one of them.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Like how
There
can
are
we
many
have
universes.
How can we have different universes?
They
Physics. Also, originally this question read, in what sci-fi universe of fiction? I took out the fiction.
Well, that seems ridiculous because we don't know that it's fiction or not.
It's sci-fi.
It's in a universe. Maybe these universes collide.
When I wrote it, I was trying to clarify that it was a fictional
Spelling
universe.
never counts unless you are so far off that we don't understand what you're talking about, or
I just told them it always dua. I misspelled does.
no points for
They're
you.
not allowed
Let's
to
do
make
question
those
number
mistakes.
5. In Alice in Wonderland, Alice finds a small bottle with a note on it that had what 2 words written on it? It.
It made it to the final line.
Yep. Now this is what we call a round 1 question. I would say this is round 1. This is caliber of...
You are welcome. For those of you who needed this question, you're welcome.
Jillian, treat yourself. Is that today? I did not realize this was Treat Yourself Day.
Oh, it is in April, isn't it? Treat Yourself Day?
I don't know. I feel like they just decide when it is.
I felt like it was in April. Parks and Rec people, let us know in the chat. When is Treat Yourself Day?
Have you guys hit the thumbs up button? Smashed it? I guess that's what we do with our little clicker. Smash it. What?
What does that do for us? Does that do anything?
I don't know, probably doesn't hurt.
Look at that. We got 3 of them. It feels good. Gives you a little
I'm gonna do
little dopamine.
it. I thumbed it up.
All right, let's do question number 6. Which of these dishes utilizes the flambé cooking procedure? Bananas Foster, eggs Benedict, chicken a la king, or Yorkshire pudding?
And now I'm hungry. Whenever there are food questions, I'm usually
Instant
underfed.
hunger.
Yeah.
Whenever there are food questions. So basically at trivia, you're underfed.
Yeah,
Unless food trivia questions
usually
pop up
underfed at
at
trivia.
random times.
I don't usually eat right before trivia.
Oh, how many teams do we have playing now? Let's see if I've got a favorite.
100.
We have 60 teams signed up. A penny saved is a blown spending opportunity.
You could have probably emphasized words differently on that.
Well, I couldn't read the whole thing because it was such a long name it got cut off.
All by myself.
Peter Rook. I wonder if that's a person or a pun. Let's do question number 7. What bird is the fastest member of the animal kingdom, reaching speeds of over 240 miles an hour while in a dive? Ooh.
A deep dive.
Deep dive. I'm guessing Mike wrote this one.
Why?
Because Mike knows about these things.
Oh, because Mike's an avian
Mike
lover.
is an
What's a bird
avian-
lover? An ornithologist?
He's a studier of birds.
Mike's an amateur
He
ornithologist.
wanted to be Birdman. You know what we didn't see, at least that I didn't see, is when the movie Birdman was very popular, that Halloween, I didn't see people dressing up as Birdman. Why not?
Because they were all dressed up as Mothman.
Because Birdman was lame. All right, let's do question number 8. The gang runs for office, the gang sells out, and the gang cracks the Liberty Bell are episode titles of what TV show?
I got this one.
Nailed it. To the wall.
I didn't write it, but I wish I did.
I'll tell you what, I wrote one question tonight, and I think it was...
You think it was the best one, don't you?
I think it was the most colorful one.
So if there's a question that involves color, like red.
See if you guys can guess which question I wrote tonight. And all I'm saying is it's I think the most colorful question.
I'm ready for the most number 9 question.
Let's do question number 9. What is the closest planet in our solar system to the sun that has no moon?
No, it says it has a moon.
Oh, I'm sorry, that has a moon. I read ahead.
You're confusing
quickly.
people. Yeah.
You read what you wanted the question to be.
Yeah, I did. So
Please be working with what you read up there.
what I do here is superfluous. We could just have this going up here.
No one has
Although
suggested anything
sometimes-
to do with those paper clips yet.
So you just have to dump them over your head, and then
So far, that's the default thing.
you have to pick them all up and put them back in.
No one wants to watch someone do a
Well,
tedious
they don't all have to
chore.
watch. It's the end of the game.
There he is, picking...
But I'm telling you that whoever it is also has to pick it up because, you know, that's part of it.
It eventually has to get
It
cleaned
has
up.
to get done. All right, and question number 10 is a picture question. What is the first name of most, if not all, of the people in this image? Who dat? Who dey?
First names.
Just first name.
One first name.
If you're lacking knowledge, this question will seem ridiculous to you.
Yes. That's how I think a lot of questions feel when you lack the knowledge of the correct answer.
So far, our first suggestion for the paper clips, I like a lot.
And to chainmail and wear it next week.
On a creativity level, I like it a lot. On a labor level, I don't like it at all.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna have to hire some chainmail artisans to make it.
So we're looking for an intern, and if you have strong metal weaving abilities, please send us an email. Okay, those were your first 10 questions. It is very important that your scribe be on the round 1 tab. Make sure they double check that before they click submit. We're gonna scroll the questions for you for 2.5 minutes, and then by the end of that time, you have to have your answers submitted. All right, let's see those questions.
Look at them. There they go.
Wow, they're flying.
Treat yourself.
So we didn't really fix the,
what?
well, when they get to the top, it
Oh,
just kind of like stops and
And restarts.
There's no way to really fix it. Well,
is there really no way to fix it?
There's a way to fix
I mean,
it.
if we
I feel like
redid how it works.
You would have to copy and paste it as many times as it would take to scroll all the way through.
luckily they've got, 2.5 minutes to get through this.
Yeah, but the last questions are the ones you're going to see the least.
I need the gong.
You're off camera, so go get it.
Yeah, but I've got a leash.
All right, I'm also leashed.
Well,
in
you
here.
didn't need to be leashed. You did that to yourself.
I need 2 hands to type.
Oh. Someone actually
Makes chainmail.
makes chainmail.
I'm going to go check it out.
We have, like, this crowd never ceases to amaze me.
Yep. Someone bought a really good drawing of myself. I was amazed.
Someone makes chainmail.
We have a
Someone writes chain
Fallen
letters.
Foundry really does make this type of stuff. Actually, it looks really cool.
You have less than a minute to get your answer submitted. How do we know it wasn't someone from his team that suggested this?
Well, I know Ryan Green. I mean, maybe it's someone from his
Yeah,
team.
but do you know Mateo Terats?
Not by name.
30 seconds to get your answers in. Less than 30 seconds. Jillian's been up on the blue board for a while. Is that the only...
Yeah, that's it. That's where we're at. We've had 2 donations. Heisenberg and Jillian.
Folks, you have 10 seconds to get your answers submitted. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And answers should be submitted. We're going to take a couple minutes here to go through all of those. It's like 600 answers. We'll grade them up for you, go over the correct answers, and then we'll move on to the next round. You've got a couple minutes, though. Use it any way you see fit, and we are going to reset that blue board right over here, right over here, right there. Anyhow, if you want to get your message up there, you can make a Venmo donation. Price to beat is $2. Very affordable. So we'll see you in a couple minutes. So, sorry, I'm back with the answers to round number 1. Question number 1, the first human spaceflight program in the United States, which ran from 1958 to 63, went by which of those names? The correct answer is Mercury. Mercury, and how did people do on that one? Well, we'll take a quick look here at scores. Dale, how did people do?
I wouldn't know.
86% of teams got that right. 86%. Question number 2, in an episode of Futurama, what Japanese city is described as the anagram lovers Tokyo? The correct answer is Kyoto, which is an anagram of Tokyo, and it was the former capital of Japan, which was a question earlier this week. Total coincidence, I think. 89% of teams got that right. Question 3, fill in the blank with the first name of the notorious 15th century leader in a land that is now known as Romania, blank the Impaler. The correct answer is Vlad the Impaler, and I was proven wrong when 94% of teams
Mike was the closest.
got that correct. Good job, guys. Either everyone knew that or you decided to look it up.
I think people just know that.
I think they know it. I do. Question number 4. The Ferengi, Romulan, and Cardassians are races of beings in what sci-fi universe? The correct answer is, can you believe it?
Another Star Trek question.
Wow.
We've had one every week for the past month.
Yeah, we're not even like big Star Trek fans here. Nope. Question number, how did people do on that? 91% of teams got it right.
A lot of Trekkies in the audience.
Or they just have figured out. When in doubt, go with Star Trek.
Probably Star Trek
In Alice in Wonderland, Alice finds a small bottle with a note on it that had what 2 words written on it? The correct answer, drink me. Drink me. 94% of teams knew that.
As many as Vlad.
Yep. A lot of basically everyone reads Alice in Wonderland and knows about a man who impaled people in Romania. Question number 6. Which of these dishes utilizes the flambé cooking procedure? Bananas Foster, eggs Benedict, chicken a la king, Yorkshire pudding. The correct answer is Bananas Foster. And everybody got that right.
That's bananas.
That's Bananas Foster.
I think we have dessert enthusiasts in the audience.
There's a lot of cooking shows out there. Let's see. Question number 7. What bird is the fastest member of the animal kingdom, reaching speeds of over 240 miles an hour in a dive? The correct answer is the peregrine falcon. And Mike is a downtown guy, and we've got peregrine falcons living, I think, in this building.
I think it's pronounced peregrine.
What did we have those falcons living around here, and they dive bomb and eat mostly pigeons. That's why you find pigeon heads all over downtown.
Or the body without the head.
They don't like the head. You'll just be walking and you'll see like a pigeon head.
They don't care for the body either. I was in Franklin Square. There was just a pigeon body with no head.
They're just practicing. I've seen feet too. They don't like the feet. Heads and feet. And apparently bodies.
They don't eat it though.
Question number 8. The gang runs for office, the gang sells out, and the gang cracks the Liberty Bell are all episode titles from what TV show? The correct answer, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and 91% of teams got that right. By the way, 83% got Peregrine Falcon. Question number 9. What is the closest planet in our solar system to the sun that has a moon? The correct answer is Earth. And how many teams got that right? I have to look at it. 84%, I think. Yeah, 86%. And the last question, what is the first name of most, if not all, of the people in that image? The correct answer is Joshua. Josh's.
It's a big Josh Noodle fight.
Josh Noodle fight. Josh fight. 79% of teams got that right, and that makes it our most difficult question of the round. And our most colorful question. Let's see. Scores are posted on the Scores tab of QuizNight.live. We're going to dive in to...
Look at those answers. Did you miss something? There they are.
I don't think I missed it. Oh, you're talking to the people.
Yeah.
Let's do round number 2, shall we?
Let's do it together.
Make sure that your scribe is on the round 2 tab of QuizNight.live. Question number 1, what last name of an Italian physician named Maria, who believed that children inherently want to learn and will even teach themselves, has been self-applied by some schools that teach using her principles? It's a nice short question right there.
It fit on 3 lines.
Yeah, when you bring the font down to an 8, it will do that.
I looked at this question and I was like, boy, this is a really convoluted question I wrote. And then I thought I could probably have taken named Maria right out there and sort of tightened it up a little bit.
Could have done that. And is it self-applied? I guess.
They are self-applied. I did research on this.
Yeah.
There's no regulation on the use of this name.
Okay.
So self-applied.
All right.
I'm sure some of them would appreciate some sort of regulation.
I think there is an association of it.
Yeah.
But
they can't do anything about those outliers.
Yeah. All right, let's do question number 2. The character Leopold Stotch on South Park is better known by what nickname?
You play Happy Birthday to Amy Kate.
Yeah, see if you can do it. You get one shot.
I just did it.
You have one shot to play Happy Birthday on it.
I'm going to say it starts
Here
with
it
a
goes.
2. Happy birthday to you.
Why?
Happy birthday to you.
Why was that the song that was settled on in America to sing Happy Birthday? It is a dreary sounding tune.
Not when I play it.
No
Happy birthday.
no one sings it right. No one knows the
Amanda.
notes right. Amanda.
Amy Kate. Happy birthday to you.
Question 3.
Let's do question number 3. Which of these cities is located on Lake Michigan? Is it Milwaukee, Detroit, Toronto, or Duluth? This is a tough one, tricky.
Not if you're from the Midwest.
Pretty much. I think they're all on lakes.
They're all on Great Lakes.
Yeah, that's great.
It's lakey. We got a lakey question. I bet teams will do well.
These
on
are all
this.
wet cities.
We've got smart people out there. In
We
the
do.
audience.
They know about Vlad the Impaler.
I'm going to tell you, the people who don't do well at this have given up. We've got 60 smart teams out there.
So if you just get this one wrong, you've given up?
No, I'm just saying that the people who still play week after week are the smartest people out there.
I see. We've
you're gonna miss
winnowed the
some.
crowd.
Yeah.
We used our trivia winnower and
Yeah.
we tossed all the players up, and the good ones stayed, and the bad ones flew away.
Yeah, Brian's explaining that he knows what a winnowing
Ooh,
process
I know about
is.
winnowing. Question number 4. What children's show included a thinking chair that was used at the end of the show to, think in? This is my thinking chair. And that's my doing chair. Which one do you think I spend the most time in?
I think you spend most of your time.
I have a doing chair
On a
and
bed.
a thinking chair. It's the chair I do it in. It's the chair that it happened in.
The
The chair where it happened.
That sounds like a parody of a book or a movie.
I think it's a song from Hamilton.
It is also a book.
Yes,
Ha! Thank you.
written by Michael Bolton. Why should he have to change his name? Let's do question number 5. Nacre, the composite material produced by mollusks as an inner shell lining, is also known by what 3-word term, especially when used for decorative purposes? There is a commercial that always comes to mind when I think of this answer. If anyone knows about that commercial, tell me.
I thought the answer was going to be Nacer. I only heard part of the question, and I looked up and was so disappointed that I'm not going to know this.
You called it Nacer?
Is that not how it's
I've always
Nacre?
I said Nacre.
I've always said knacker.
Knacker. We got 3 different pronunciations. 3
None of us said
I've also
Nacre.
think I've never heard it
Nacre.
pronounced though. I've only read it.
until now. You can't say that.
There have been a number of times I've blindly read questions on the microphone, having never spoken those words, only read them in my whole life, never heard them. Like there was what was that shoe? The
Espadrille.
Espadrille?
Yeah,
I still
that-
can't pronounce it.
Pretty phonetically straightforward.
Yeah, I got
Read it. I think you'd be in good shape.
anytime there are too many letters that have vertical beams in them in a row, like lots of L's
Beans.
and I's and maybe like
Yeah.
a B.
Braille really gets him.
If you had a D and a B.
Let's
you
do
know,
question
bookending
number
it.
6. What small Asian country is home to 8 of the 10 tallest mountains in the world? Small Asian country. Small is a relative term.
Yeah, it is, but it's a clue because there's only one answer, even if you don't say small.
If you say Ottawa, I'd say we need to winnow you out.
We've already winnowed
Winnow
those
them.
people out.
You excited for the new venues that we have coming up?
I'm really excited for them. Actually, I just ran into some friends last night who said, where are the cool new places? Literally, this happened last night. Said, where are the cool new places to get a beer? And I had answers for them.
Yeah.
I did not think it. Normally, I'm like, I don't know. I'm always at the same 3 places. But I had answers.
Yeah. We got 3 new venues coming up this week. Well, we have the Chop House on Waring in over by Tecumseh Golf Course. We've got the Shaughnessy's in the old Hotel Syracuse, and we've got Chelsea's in the old Kelly's
And we've
location.
got, who else is coming up down the pike? Or is that still
Gilded Club.
Gilded Club
Gilded
is-
Club will be the following week. So we got a lot of stuff going on. Let's do question number 7. Ooh, another long one. The 1979 NCAA Championship basketball game between Indiana State and Michigan State marked the final college game and beginning of a years-long rivalry for what 2 future Hall of Fame players? We need them both.
There is a 4-line question that Dale didn't write.
That's a legitimate 4-line question, and it's like 2 characters from being a 5-line question.
And there's nothing that you could take out of it. Perfect. It's a perfect 4-line question.
I would have used an ampersand for ands.
I would have called it B-ball.
B-ball.
Championship B-ball game.
Was that basketball or baseball?
I could do like 79 instead of 1979.
Yeah. Yep.
You could have written 2, the number 2 instead of the word 2.
I could have invented my own shorthand and then hoped that people learned it.
You could have made the word 2 in lowercase.
Or just the number 2.
Or the number 2. There you go. That's 2 characters
It sounds
short.
like you don't listen to me.
Did you say that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I didn't listen. Let's do question number 8. Deriving its name from a certain part of the United Kingdom, what Australian state is home to Sydney? Too bad we can't play, music like that's got copyrights on it, because I would want to play the song Sydney by Brett Dennen.
I knew it.
Yeah. Are there other Sydney songs you know?
No, that's why I knew what you were gonna.
Soon as the word came out, you knew it.
Yeah.
You'll
I
come
wish
running.
Wish this were a lapel mic still.
Yeah, there should not be an apostrophe in there. That's correct.
Didn't write it.
I don't know why there shouldn't be an apostrophe in there, because it's like possessive apostrophes only work when it's a human being.
They had to make a decision. They're like, conjunctions need an apostrophe. Possessive
No.
has an apostrophe.
But
one of them can't have an apostrophe.
no, if you say if we use like your name,
Dale,
forget
my
it.
name's
Forget
Dale.
it. Nibiru, Planet X.
Yep.
There are times when you put the apostrophe there and it's for a possessive instead of a meaning it is.
Is that true? People
Yes.
out there in the chat, is there ever a time when ITS has an apostrophe and it's intended to demonstrate possession and not a conjunction of it is? Let us know in the chat.
Tell us, Bev. Question number 9. Deepwater Horizon, the offshore oil rig that exploded in April 2010, was owned by what energy company? This feels inspired by an earlier question last week.
Friday Night Live last week?
Tuesday of last week. I asked what the name of the rig was. So I gave.
I did not play last
You did not. It was noted that you did not play. I made a little note on the thing. I said,
Mike didn't play.
Mike's not here. Dale's not here. Where's Brooke? No one's here.
Where's no one? I mean everyone.
Let's do question number 10. What 2 words are found on the buttons on a GFCI-equipped outlet? Oh, that's a good one.
That's
I like
good.
that. Did you write that, Dale?
I didn't.
That sounds like something Dale would have written.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
As I wrote it, I said, this is a Dale question.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It was a Mike question.
It was something that Mike was in his bathroom, and he looked over at the outlet, and he said,
I need to write a question. I'm inspired.
I'm short on time. What do I see around me?
How wide is a bathroom tub? Nope, there's lots of different sizes. Oh, GFCI.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, there's nothing left for us to say here. What are you doing? What are you doing? You can click submit, or you can see the questions.
People want to know what
scrolling.
you're drinking.
They want to know what I'm drinking?
Yeah.
It's a can.
He's
You
drinking
can't
a
read it?
can. Whatever that, however that's valuable.
This is
anyway.
product placement, so I do expect a little bit of kickback from Wegmans. This is Wegmans ginger, just ginger.
Ginger seltzer.
Ginger seltzer.
And now everyone's dreadfully disappointed. Wow.
All right. Let's do this questions. Scroll them. 2.5 minutes. Cousin, who's asking what I'm drinking? No one was.
Actually, someone did ask, but not tonight. It was Kara. Kara said you should have people guess what you're drinking.
Oh,
People
that's
care about what you're drinking.
Yeah, that may be true.
This mic picks up every sound I get
So what are you doing?
to demonstrate that it was just my hands. The microphone. Not what it sounded like.
Where's the clock? It's gone.
Its beard is very long.
Oh, you got less than a minute. $30 to get your answer submitted. $10 to get your answers in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, answers should be submitted. We're going to take a break here to grade all of them, and we'll be back with the answers and the scores in a little bit. If you got some downtime here, if you're enjoying this form of entertainment and you want to support us so that we can keep doing it, we appreciate that. That's right over here, right over there, in the blue box there. That's for Venmo donations. Put a little message in there. We'll get it on for you.
It's a box now.
It's a box.
The blue box.
The blue box. Yeah, it's not a board anymore.
Yeah.
To be honest, there's no second dimension or third dimension. All right, we'll be right back.
Ciao. It's weird.
Hello. I'm talking into
What
my
made you
microphone.
think to do that?
Cover my eye with it?
Yeah.
I did that with my son one time with 2 of these, and it looked really creepy.
So
So let's do those answers. Round number 2, question number 1. What last name of an Italian physician named Maria, who believed that children inherently want to learn and will even teach themselves, has been self-applied by some schools that teach using her principles? The correct answer is Montessori. And 91% of teams correctly answered that. Question number 2. The character Leopold Stotch on South Park is better known by what nickname? The correct answer is Butters. And that was our hardest question of the round. 77% of teams got that right. Question number 3, which of these cities is located on Lake Michigan? Milwaukee, Detroit, Toronto, or Duluth? The correct answer is Milwaukee, and 82% of teams correctly answered that. Question number 4, what children's show included a thinking chair that was used at the end of the show to, think in? The correct answer is Blue's Clues, and 4% of teams got that right. Question number 4, what children's show included a Question number 5, nacre, the composite material produced by mollusks as an inner shell lining, is also known by what 3-word term, especially when used for decorative purposes? The correct answer, mother of pearl. And I always think of that toothpaste commercial where the teacher asks the kids, what color are my teeth? And they come up with everything but white. And one kid says mother of pearl.
Oh, I do remember
82% of teams got that right. Question number 6. What small Asian country is home to 8 of the 10 tallest mountains in the world? Correct answer is Nepal. And that was tied for our easiest question of the round. 93% of teams getting that right. Question number 7. The 1979 NCAA Championship basketball game between Indiana State and Michigan State marked the final college game and beginning of years-long rivalry for what 2 future Hall of Fame players? The correct answers, Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. Not only was that the longest question of this round, it also had the longest answers, and 89% of teams still managed to get it right. Good job, players. Question number 8, deriving its name from a certain part of the United Kingdom, what Australian state is home to Sydney? The correct answer is New South Wales, and 84% of teams correctly answered that. Fewer than knew the Larry Bird Magic Johnson rivalry. Question 9, Deepwater Horizon, the offshore oil rig that exploded in April of 2010, was owned by what energy company? The correct answer is BP, British Petroleum. And that was also tied for our easiest question of the round, 93% of teams getting that right. Question number 10, what 2 words are found on the buttons of a GFCI-equipped outlet? The correct answers are test and reset. And how did people do on that question? I have to scroll over to find out. 87% of teams got that. Your scores are posted. If you would like an update on the blue team, red team controversy that's going on, we're 2 rounds in. Red team has an average score of 235. Teams, by the way, I'm red team. And blue team has an average score of 265. So Dale finally has a lead, a 30-point lead.
We've had a lead in the past before. We also have a gift.
This is a pretty substantial lead, I think.
We're like the Mets.
Whoa. It's a shot to Mets fans.
It's also backed up in evidence.
All right. Evidence-based jabs. All right, let's do round number 3. Make sure your team scribe is awake, paying attention, and most importantly, on the round 3 tab. Here we go. Question number 1. The Golden State Warriors went 3-2 in NBA Finals from 2015 to 2019, losing to the Toronto Raptors in 2019. And what other team in 2016? Now, an interesting thing happened. I ran into a trivia player, and he said, you guys must be huge NBA fans because you ask a lot of NBA questions. And I said, well, that's interesting because Dale and I are not even sports fans.
We don't
and
even pay
Mike,
attention to really any sports.
Is the NBA your thing? I know you're a big baseball guy.
Would you say the NBA is your jam? Yeah, it's a video game.
No.
So Mike is also not an NBA team. So what I told him is that we were recognizing our biases and trying to compensate for them. Is that accurate? Because I know that when I write a trivia question that's basketball, that's what I'm trying to do.
I know when I write a question about Star Trek, it's because I just saw something about Star Trek. Here's
Dale
what.
wrote this question, and then I changed 100% of the question.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, I don't. You made this harder, which was already kind of a hard multiple choice question I wrote. But I wrote a series of questions that were all about stuff I know, and people hated it.
Yeah.
So when I ask people about stuff,
Well, the problem was that you made the questions too hard. Not that the subject matter was bad. You just
I don't know simple things.
You didn't give them enough clues. All right, question number 2. Latka Gravas was a fictional mechanic on the sitcom Taxi, portrayed by what comedian? Now, see, this is something I don't know, but I think it's a good question because it was a very popular TV show in the late 70s. So there's that. Who wants to hear me play the Panda? And I'm going to play the song Panda by Designer.
I wrote a ton of Disney questions. I'm like one of the least educated people on Disney.
It was reflected.
It was reflected in the questions.
But you're becoming more educated on Disney.
For better
Disney
or
and the
for
NBA.
worse.
You're going to be a scholar, and one day a gentleman. All right, let's do question number 3. A time of 43.03 seconds is the world record for fastest flat track human running over what distance? And it might seem like that's an onerous way to say it, but there's a reason, because some people would say, well,
there's a downhill time that was faster, or on foot, or in a wheelchair, or who knows?
Who knows? Who knows?
So that's why we do that stuff. That's why we make onerous questions.
Onerous. So what are we doing with these guys? What are we doing with these puppies?
It sounds like we're making chainmail and then exploding that chainmail all over the city in a scavenger hunt for office supplies. You're not allowed to go to Staples or Office Max or Depot.
So we're just gonna go out our front door and just start shaking this around the ground.
How much of a scavenger hunt anymore is it?
Well, it will be once all of the people who love paper clips come around and start picking them up, and now you've got
those metal detector people. Wow,
Yeah.
What a field day!
They're out here all the time.
They're out here
You got your panhandlers and you've got your sidewalk combers.
with like pickaxes to get through the cement sidewalk.
It's a trivia question on the blue board. Do you know the answer?
What is the French word for paperclip? You know what? I was actually at the store today looking for some adhesives, and I saw them, and it said trombones, and I said, this is probably when I got the idea to write a trivia question about
a trombone.
Trombones, yeah.
Interesting. I'm going to say the French word for paperclip is clippy. The paperclip.
That is the Microsoft word for it.
I know. There was a question about it on Monday.
We're big into paperclips here.
We
Question
love them.
number 4. Chucklin' Cherry, Rockin' Red Puncher, and Silly Billy Strawberry are names of flavors of what beverage that came in a special bottle that had a cap that was sheared off by twisting it? Those are some good names. Chucklin' Cherry, Rockin' Red Puncher.
It's got to be hard to come up with new reasons for people to drink your beverage when there's already water.
Because water
is all you really need to drink.
Tastes so delicious.
Yeah.
Everyone's
people are like, what's the strawberry drink? What tastes like strawberry? Well, why would we drink your brand? Well, because it's Silly Billy Strawberry, obviously.
Yeah. Well, we'll see who remembers this. I don't. This was either...
I would assume all of those are red-colored beverages.
I put in round 3 because I can certainly picture this thing. I would not be able to come up with what it was called.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Now I can picture it, too, but I also can't come up with what it's called. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Good question, Dale.
That cap. Yeah. Let's do question number 5. In Back to the Future, precisely how many gigawatts of electricity are required to power the flux capacitor on the DeLorean time machine? I would put this at round 1. I would have put this as a round 1 question, but we'll see. I'm going to say it's our most...
You also would have put Vlad the Impaler as a round 3 question. So.
That's true. That's true. I cannot... My judgment is rubbish, as Dale would say. My judgment's rubbish. I'm rubbish at this judgment. Dale one time referred to one of his skills as being rubbish and was immediately
identified as a strange thing to say.
We're like, are you trying to be British, Dale? And now look at him. He's wearing a Droog's hat.
Top of the morning to you.
But then he does an Irish thing with a...
That was British.
Oh, the British say that?
Top of the morning. And then they tip their hat by taking
And
it
the
off their
rest
head.
of the day to you. That's my accent. Let's do question number 6.
You tip it
What
down?
Canadian man created and hosted the Discovery Channel show Survivor Man? The better of the survival-based shows, in my opinion.
Yeah, you got to whittle this down while the American
Yet,
Survivor-
I feel like it has done far worse in the ratings because people like ridiculous.
Right.
They don't
People
want
are like, let's watch Naked and Afraid
yeah,
instead.
because naked people.
It's hard. It's not hard enough to survive.
But like, if
out-
you want to actually watch a show that's pretty interesting and educational on how to survive, people are like, nah, he's not squeezing urine over his head. I'm not into this.
I think that you're underestimating how popular it is.
Imagine the pitch meeting for Naked and Afraid.
He probably walked in naked, and everyone was afraid. What is
They
this?
probably walked in naked with little blurred pieces of whatever
Yeah.
over them.
Yep.
They're like,
All
do you
right,
think?
this is the show. What do you think?
provocative? Yes.
Question number
Stupid?
7.
Yes.
3 dashes represent what letter in International Morse code? Not to be confused with American Morse code, which we just added in. Are there other Morse codes, or is there just the one?
I mean, there are other Morse codes. There's only one that gets widespread use.
It seems weird because, like,
Call someone else's code.
yeah.
Hammurabi's code.
I mean, it's clearly there's a name to that code, and a code is, it's got a set.
Right.
It's a different language. Just because you're using the same characters doesn't mean it's the same language. Let's do question number 8. What Hollywood husband and wife once...
Start over.
Okay.
What a Hollywood husband and wife once.
I'm like, wait, is this person a husband
co-starred
and a wife? What Hollywood husband and wife once co-starred in separate 2011 films about the same premise of having a casual relationship? Oh, man.
He will read whatever's in front of him, but not well.
I actually read this ahead of time, too, and I don't know why I struggled on that.
I had a much less interesting question that was akin
I
to
like
this.
this question.
And then I was like, wait a minute. And this question hit me. And I said, this is the best question I've written all week.
Is there a word for that phenomenon of when two movies come out about the same thing?
There is
from
a
different
name.
studios.
There is a name for it, and I can't think of it.
I don't know if there's a name for the phenomenon. Why would there be a name for it?
It's like sister wives or things like that. Why should there be a name for a sister wife?
I see what
But
you're
there is.
saying, yeah. Yeah, it's so common where one studio gets word that another studio is putting something else,
Yeah.
so they'll put a similar.
Yeah, very similar things like Ants and A Bug's Life. Yep.
Yeah.
Prestige
Oh,
The Illusionist.
and the Illusion.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Let's do question number 9. What former Portuguese colony and current special administrative region of China has a gambling industry estimated to be 7 times larger than Las Vegas?
4 lines.
Yep, 4 lines. I feel like
But
it
the
could
record
have
show I
made
did
it.
not write that.
I feel like it could have made it onto 3 lines.
Yeah, it's
there's
just-
a lot of
there are a
extra
couple-
space
couple
on,
long
on
words.
the top and top 2 lines over there.
You know what? The
Still-
whole box is there.
Still 4
What's the point
lines.
of having the whole box if you don't use it?
Well, you have bigger letters. That's the point.
Yeah.
See.
I didn't know we could scale the letters, honestly.
It automatically does it.
Ha!
I spent hours making that.
Did you really? Really? You spent hours making it so that it would
The whole
scale?
computer automatically does all this?
Well, I know the whole thing you did, but I didn't know the scaling.
He's talking
that
about the
part.
whole thing took hours and hours. It didn't
Oh,
take
okay.
hours and hours for him to figure out how to write auto adjust.
That was my question. All right, let's do question number 10. Marilyn Manson's Sweet Dreams Are Made of This was a cover of a song released in 1983 by what band? Ooh, also I feel like round
Silly
one, but maybe
band.
this is just me.
I think that's just you. I think that's a Ryan question. Ryan knows this question.
I don't know. I feel like it was a very popular song. It eclipsed 1983. It wasn't just popular that year.
I'm going to say
70% you think get this?
By the way, tonight's been much easier than almost any other night.
Easier what? Oh, on the questions. I thought maybe our new setup made it easier. How is the new setup?
Good.
No, but I mean like from a logistics side.
Good. It's working.
It's working. I like it. I feel like there's a little too much space here.
I feel like I've literally been put in the corner.
You didn't have to be. Look at all of this space over here. I'm still.
Yeah, but what happens when I sit here? They start getting off. You know, I lean back and I'm off screen now.
Yeah, but you didn't have to go that far over.
Oh, you could sit in the middle where it's most uncomfortable.
Yes. Now I'm on the lump of this. I got sucked into the corner.
All right. Before we scroll those, we still don't, know exactly what we're gonna do with these. I'm gonna tell you right now, we're not doing a scavenger hunt all over Onondaga County for these paper clips. That's just called littering. So we're gonna have to come up with something for the loser of red team, blue team.
We've got an idea.
We do have an idea, but we want to see what ideas they have. We're gonna scroll those questions. You'll have 2.5 minutes to click submit. Go. All right. I feel like time-wise we're doing okay.
Yeah.
Felt like it was a little slow to begin. I was doing a lot of talking. We're gonna play music here. I don't care if my mic's down. But we're just kind of like chugging away here, working. Dale can't be working. Dale should.
I've cleared my cache. I've refreshed the browser. It's still. It shows almost.
I understand. I understand. So you can be in charge of the chat or blue board.
I've been in charge of it. There's been no motion on it for 20 minutes.
No motion on the blue board. There will be when you reset it and forget it. I'm gonna have to refill of this. What is this?
What is this?
Oh my gosh. What are those?
What's into those? We're cool middle-aged people.
We're so cool. And we're definitely middle-aged. Well, I'm not quite to the middle point of the... 1 minute to get your answers in, less than a minute.
I don't know what happened to it.
That's weird. Maybe I deleted it. Okay, I gotta look at the answers. "30 seconds to get your answers in. "10 seconds to get those answers in. Three, two, one. All right, answers should be in. We're gonna take our no, not our penultimate break. We're gonna take a break though, and is it our we're gonna do a wager, and then we got the final, so we kind of like have. We do. Oh yeah, we kind of do a break in between the wager.
Did you tell people about the raffle?
The raffle! Oh my goodness. Do you guys want to, do any of you want to win a $25 gift card just for putting your name in a hat? That's what we're doing. So if you don't already have your name in the raffle, go to the raffle tab. Everyone can do this. Anyone, whether you're a scribe or not, go to QuizNight.live/raffle and put in your name and email. Don't miss out on that opportunity.
Yeah, and while you're there, while you're in the neighborhood, just around the corner is another tab called the Donate tab.
Donate tab.
And
we were thinking about calling it the Don tab.
That's an opportunity to help keep this program alive for yet another week.
Yeah.
And we may have some changes coming down the pike in the future in the next month.
We
or
have
so.
ideas.
We've got some big ideas.
They're actually pretty big ideas. We're excited about them, but you know,
you're gonna have to stay tuned for that. But in order for those ideas to come to fruition, it's helpful to keep this alive week after week. So
we are still only at, you know, I know we're out at a lot of bars and restaurants now, but we are at 60% of where we were last year. Not at this time last year, in January of
before the
year.
pandemic shut down.
We're still only at 60%. Okay, we'll be right back.
Doesn't
You're in a b-boy stance.
B-boy. Because I am the B-boy.
He's the b-boy.
Brian.
Team Brian.
I was the second-born child, or I was supposed to be the second-born child, and that's why my name begins with B, and Dale's name begins with D, because he was supposed to be the fourth-born child.
Yep.
And
you know what I did? I took out the odd babies. 1 in 3.
we were supposed to be quadruplets.
Took
and then
even.
Turned out Dale was a murderous little baby. All right, let's do the answers on round number 3. Question number 1. The Golden State Warriors went 3-2 in NBA Finals from 2015 to 2019, losing to the Toronto Raptors in 2019. And what other team in 2016? The correct answer is the Cleveland Cavaliers, and 81% of teams correctly answered that. Question number 2. Latka Gravas was a fictional mechanic on the sitcom Taxi, portrayed by what comedian? The correct answer, Andy Kaufman. And surprising, 89.8% of teams remembered that. Question number 3 rather. A time of 43.03 seconds is the world record for fastest flat track human running over what distance? The correct answer is 400 meters. And 86% of teams correctly answered that. Yeah. We were just commenting, we know this because you and I, Dale, used to run track, and it seemed like, okay, well, that's pretty easy to figure out. But if you gave us that swimming time, I would have been pretty lost. Question number 4. Chucklin' Cherry, Rockin' Red Puncher, and Silly Billy Strawberry are names of flavors of what beverage that came in a special bottle that had a cap, that was sheared off by twisting it? The correct answer is Squeeze It. And there were other...
Squeeze it! That's how they advertised.
Squeeze it!
They were competing with Kool-Aid that was like, I think their slogan was, snap into a Kool-Aid.
Yeah. And apparently there were other brands that had a similar feature, but not those flavors. Question number 5. In Back to the Future, precisely how many gigawatts of electricity are required to power the flux capacitor in the DeLorean time machine? The correct answer is 1.21. And I forgot to give you the stats on Squeeze It. That was our hardest question of the round. Only 32% of teams remembered Squeeze It.
Tip of the hat to Dale
Tip
for
of the
the hardest question.
Yeah, and a wag of the finger on this next one. 67% of teams got the 1.21 gigawatts. Question number 6. What Canadian man created and hosted the Discovery Channel show Survivor Man? The correct answer is Les Stroud. Les Stroud, and that was our second hardest question of the round. 35.5% of teams got that right. Question number 7. 3 dashes represent what letter in International Morse Code? The correct answer is O. O. And 76% of teams knew that. Those are the people you want with you in an emergency. Question number... Oh, it's part of SOS. If they knew O, they maybe knew S. Question number 8. What Hollywood husband and wife once co-starred in separate 2011 films about the same premise of having a casual relationship? They are Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis.
Ashton Kutcher was in...
He was either... I know the name...
He was in No Strings Attached.
Okay.
Mila Kunis was in...
Friends with Benefits.
Just Friends. Oh.
Friends with Benefits.
Friends with Benefits.
Let's see how many people got that right. 84% of teams knew that. Question number 9 was a question that will come up. What former Portuguese colony and current special administrative region in China has a gambling industry estimated to be 7 times larger than Las Vegas? The correct answer is Macau.
I've never heard of that.
Oh, really?
Never
66% of teams not only heard of it, but knew to put it there.
I thought I should actually put this in the...
Well, sometimes you hear of something and you go,
that's true.
I didn't think to use it. Question number 10. Marilyn Manson's Sweet Dreams are made of this. I think it's these, isn't it? It is?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought the same thing.
Yeah. Was a cover of a song released in 1983 by what band? The correct answer is the Eurythmics. And I was vindicated when 96% of teams got that right. Our easiest question of the round. And I said, this seems really easy.
One team said Banana Foster.
Did they?
I think they tried
That's wild.
I think they were going for Bananarama.
All right, your answers are there. Your scores are posted on QuizNight.live under the Scores tab. You can all wager up to 200 points on one final question. All right, we'll give you the category, And make sure your scribe puts the wager in. It's category U.S. History in Movies. Ooh, that's an interesting. It's a double, yeah. Whenever you get like a really specific category or a category that gives you, plenty of information, beware. All right.
We'll be back. Hey,
we'll
did you sign up for the raffle? There's 89 names in our raffle so far.
89 names.
But I imagine there's more
you've
than...
got better than 1% chance of winning right now.
I imagine most teams have more than 1.5 people on them. So a lot of people are missing out.
Sweet dreams are made of these. Who? Oh, man.
I prefer to open silence.
We love Amy. This is the second. We're getting like Amy Kate. Oh, nice. Showing the Amy love.
Yeah.
We love you, Amy. When you talk too close to this panda, it resonates and it starts singing back at you, just like a panda does. Don't talk too close to a panda. It sings your words back. Are we? Wagers are in? Okay. Our wagers are in. All right. You've got a minute and a half after we ask this question to get your answer submitted. Don't look things up. And then we'll be back with the answer, the final scores, and the raffle winner. And we'll figure out on blue team, red team. Let's take a real quick look and see how that's shaking out before we go into this. Let me refresh this page here. It looks like, let's see.
Blue team's up 50.
Blue team is up 50 on the average score. So let's see. Yeah, red team has 309 as an average score, and blue team has 369. That's up 60.
I was looking at apparently old information.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna need some work here, red team. Let's do it. Final question of the night. Here it is. A key plot point in National Treasure is the deciphering of a clue that leads to a series of letters written by a 16-year-old Benjamin Franklin, posing as a middle-aged widow while using what pen name?
What pen name?
You have 90 seconds to get your answers in. Now, one thing I know about Ben Franklin is that he loved his pen names, and he had many of them. No, he had many. No.
You said no, we had many. At least two.
At least two is within many. He had at least two. No.
Can someone look into pin pals? And is there a clock on this?
Less than a minute.
Ooh, you guys got 52 seconds to get your answers in.
Only 30 seconds left.
Less than 30 seconds.
Look at Jillian's 1 in a million. There are potentially 6,000 other Jillians. 7,000.
10 seconds to get your answers in. Maybe change the spreadsheet to make sure that blue team wins. 1 second. Oh, answers should be in, folks. The line has been cut. We are going to grade those final answers, and we'll be back with the scores and the red team, blue team challenge in just a moment.
And
shirt collar. Shirt collar.
We're back. We're back with the final answer of the night. The question was, a key plot point in National Treasure is the deciphering of a clue that leads to a series of letters written by a 16-year-old Benjamin Franklin, posing as a middle-aged widow while using what pen name? The correct answer is Benjamina Franklina.
Wait, that was the right answer?
No, that was not the right answer, but we thought it was pretty funny. The correct answer is Silence Dogood. Silence Dogood was the correct answer. What percent of teams got that right, Mike? 40% of teams got that right. The scores are posted on QuizNight.live, and we have a tie for first place. Pin Pals with the perfect score of 800, and Petty Fest Schmetty Fest. All right, and before we run right away here, we've got our raffle winner. John Jack Murray is our winner. Keep an eye out in your inbox for an email from us to get that $25 gift card. Thank you all so much.
Nope.
What happened?
You forgot something. There's a red team, blue team challenge.
Oh, shoot. There's a red team, blue team challenge.
So what happened this week?
So there is.
The blue team ended up with
12,449
12,449
I was hoping you wouldn't notice.
points. And the red team ended up with 12,041.
So the average, but we're looking at the average scores.
Where I don't see
the average scores are to the right. Red team had an average score of 392, and blue team had an average score of 420.
Blue team!
Blue team finally wins. And so now
So now you...
What do I have to do with this?
You have to wear this as chainmail. But first...
Oh.
First you have to pick it up off the floor. It's raining paperclips.
Jesus Christ! And now I have to pick all of this up. Oh my God.
Those are your rules.
All right, so I lost finally. That's great. I can't wait. I cannot wait to clean all of this up.
That probably made a lot of noise in your microphone.
Yeah, it might have. It was pretty noisy on my head. Thank you guys all for playing. I hope you enjoyed this. We do it every Friday night at 8 p.m. And if you're feeling vaccinated and comfortable and you want to get out there, we do have 3 new venues. Check out our website for information on those. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Just keep